Florence Nightingale. Night Shyamalan.
Nibble on.
I'm not saying the one you want me to say.
Skis.
Nice
called a
guys.
tease.
Don't play rock and roll.
Nicaragua.
Nighttime
Ooh.
is the right time.
Ah, very nice. Welcome to another episode. If you've already tuned in and you've already decided to give an entire hour, why the hell did you do that? You know that there is a better podcast. My name is Tony, and over here we've got Mike Court. And right next to Mike Court,
Coco Chanel Ghosty number 20.
That's it.
Oh, I thought we were going 13.
He brought drinks again this week.
He did bring drinks again.
It goes multiples of 10.
Well, before we get completely flummoxed about the alcohol, because that happened last week.
He's throwing them
word
down
of the day.
now.
That happened last
sober.
week. Well, yeah, I mean, we haven't started drinking yet, but because we got flummoxed about it last week, completely just thrown off our game, this is There Is a Better Podcast, and you can find us on Instagram at There Is a Better Podcast also. There is a better podcast on Twitter.
There's a better one.
There a better one, yes, with the number one.
Or two,
and of course,
or
you can
three.
also email us at thereisabetterpodcast
Like
at
somebody did.
gmail.com. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we have to talk about one of those coming up.
.net.
What are we? We are
Biz.
a variety podcast that talks about all kinds of different things, some entertainment things, some random things, and our goal is to distract you one episode at a time.
How are we doing?
I think we do pretty good at distracting people.
I wasn't asking you, but thanks.
I'm doing good.
Actually, I was just asking you, how are we doing? How are we feeling today? How are you feeling?
Me?
Sure.
Are we doing like a touchy-feely thing today?
I mean, I felt.
Are we
you-
having like
is
happy
this-
slappies?
I
is
felt
this-
you earlier, but you felt fine to me. But I didn't go inside like 9 Inch Nails.
Now it's both of us doing it now in unison. We had to forget to. We have a contest currently running.
Yep.
That first 5 reviews on podcast or Apple Podcast will be entered to
Podcasts.
win a
Radio
red.
Shack trucker hat.
Looks sweet. Go check our Instagram and
It
our
does look really cool.
I almost said Facebook, but we don't have Facebook.
We don't have Facebook.
Instagram and Twitter pages. You can see the picture of it. Please be kind. It's our first time.
Be
and-
gentle.
Yes.
Trucker hats. I was just. Is that still a thing where you drive by the truck and you?
I think so.
I don't think
you
you
like-
can do that. Well, we can't do it here anymore. I think
Is
they
that a
banned
thing?
that. Yeah.
Did they ban that here in their state?
Yeah.
Is it banned?
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
Well, this week's.
Oh, we're talking about the horn, just so.
Yeah, if those playing at home, when you
Since nobody could see me doing
when
the
you make a
motion.
fist and then you bring it down,
Look like you're in the club,
whoop,
like
whoop, that
backing
kind of
it up
thing. I
from
don't
the
know.
corner.
There you
This
go.
was a big thing when we were kids.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it makes it look like you're trying to pull the horn and just go toot toot, and then,
that just
then you
date
have to
us?
roll the window down.
Probably. I'll date me.
This week's
Aw,
episode
that's
we
illegal
have,
here, but you can do that in Kentucky, I guess.
I am my own best cousin.
I don't even
There
know
is
how to respond
there
to
is a
that.
better love interest.
Oh my God. This week we have, as usual, our standard rip from the headlines.
Oh, wait. Do you guys want to drink?
Well, hold on. We'll do that,
I have
and then
drinks.
we'll do
We'll do the
I'll tell you
rundown.
what. Okay. How about this? We'll
You-
do
you
the.
start
I'll
doing
make
it.
the
Start the
drinks while
drinks,
you do
and
that.
then we'll do the
But I
rundown.
want to let you know what you're drinking.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Because
Give us the drinks.
Mike was talking about Di Serrano, and
One of my favorites.
Last week we had.
I've never had that before.
We had Tequila Sunrise.
It was
Yes.
delicious.
And you've
made
never
it.
had Di Serrano at all.
I'd never had Tequila Sunrise. Now I've never had Di Serrano.
You? I didn't realize that. How did we
Yeah,
not talk about that?
we might actually have to pour.
Well, I think it
some
was just
over-
something easily
over ice
to
for
just
Tony at some
gloss
point.
over,
No,
and
sure.
that's
But
pretty much
we're
my
gonna
whole
do
life right
amaretto sunrises. So
Yes.
basically the same thing as a tequila sunrise.
Well, hot
But you
diggity
get your
shit.
amaretto
there. Amaretto.
along with which we're using quality amaretto.
That looks, even the bottle itself
Oh,
just
yeah, it's
looks, it
classy.
screams quality.
Di Serrano
I have a couple of those in my
Very
box.
classy.
and grenadine, and so this will be quite a bit sweeter though.
So when,
than
when
last
that
week's.
bottle is empty, can I put that on a shelf in my house?
you sure?
Oh, thank you.
If you really
I
want
do. A friend of mine, so back when I was like a freshman in college, I was hanging around a bunch of people, and they used old bottles, and they would fill it with, I think it was hairspray and water and that mixture, and then they put some food coloring in it.
Oh yeah.
And it would glow in the dark, that color. So it'd be like, like this bright green, or it'd be like a purple or red or whatever. I thought that was really cool. So maybe I'll do that with the with this bottle. Or is that kind of blasphemy on that bottle?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Cool. Well, then I'll just go ahead and channel my inner 19-year-old self. Don't tell anybody I was drinking at 19. I think
You and
our
everybody
secrets are
else.
safe. I think our secrets are safe here.
Right, nobody listens to
Nobody
the
listens to the fucking podcast. Who gives a fuck? So, anyway, Mike.
The rundown.
Now that we're doing drinks.
As he's pouring there, I'm going to...
he's shaking that orange juice, baby.
We
That
always
was a
do
really good shake.
Lead-off spot is always going to be ripped from the headlines.
As always.
Followed up with that is actually an email from a listener, which we haven't done in a while, which would be nice to get back to that. After that, we'll go to what's trending on Twitter. Follow that up with Mike's entertainment review.
Wait a minute. Now we're calling it entertainment reviews? Are we like just...
Michael's movie review.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
they're all
Getting upscale.
They're all movies this week, so we can go back to Mike's movie reviews. I don't like to do that when you have series because they're like, that's not a movie, you idiot.
It's a series of movies.
And
They're mini movies.
We'll wrap up with segments will be from our There's a Better Podcast recommendation because it's true and there are. And this one's coming from Drunk Theory this week, and we'll go more into that later. But he's still pouring, so I'm going to go right into...
Mike's movie reviews? No, we can't do that yet.
No, we're going to go...
Well, at least this week you didn't sell the hey, we're taking a break.
We're taking a break like 5 minutes into the...
5 minutes of the podcast. Like, we're taking a break now.
Mike's tired.
Mike's break review.
Tony needs a nap.
Yeah, I definitely needed one last time.
There's
I'm
the
feeling
old-
better now, but, I'll probably crash about halfway
That
through.
one's Tony there.
Yep.
Oh, snaps. Schnappalupicus. Thank you.
That first episode, or first break of last episode, I'm pretty sure it sounded like you were taking a nap in the first one.
I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this as well, and we're going to share it on the gram.
All right.
Yeah, the Heather gram.
Oh, did you want the...
I love Telegram.
Do you want the
I do
decent
too.
round on there?
She was pretty awesome.
I'll
I'll
put it
get that
next
in a
to it.
moment. I'll get that in a moment.
Well, I can
But
go to the
don't know how
headlines
to-
as you're doing that.
Yes, go ahead. Do that.
Yours actually came out the prettiest, so that's good.
Tejas, once again.
Tejas?
Go Longhorns.
Fellow ripped from the headlines this week. Well, it's not this week, but a couple weeks ago, and I feel like this is still pertinent. We have a podcaster in the news, and it was good old Joe Rogan. Everybody
Sorry,
knows-
I was drinking.
Could you hand me the bottle there? I'll take a picture of that too.
It's
Gonna have to go through Mike.
Good old Joey Rogan.
Joey, can't you see? Sometimes your words, they are...
Yeah,
They're
Poison to
wasted
me.
on me.
Yeah.
He said, quote,
Wait, he talks about stuff?
yeah, recent woke culture limits white males' voices.
We probably... I'm sorry, I'm going to...
Recent what?
What?
Woke culture.
Woke.
Culture. You know how everybody's saying that they're...
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know how to express what...
I woke up this
Remember,
morning.
I
Does that
don't
make
pay
me
attention to a lot of media stuff. So.
Woke is like...
It's
like,
a cultural shift.
I believe it's more like it's saying that
believe.
it drowns out... Are you really getting that in the background?
Oh, so we're talking about the fact that people are becoming more aware about
social...
Yes.
Like cognizances and like
Okay,
what
that
we
makes
probably
sense.
should have been
Okay.
doing this entire
and he's
fucking
saying
thing.
this.
Because of this woke culture, it limits white male voices. I could tell you, and this is probably isn't
I'll just
known to
leave
the
that right there. It's
podcast,
probably
which
a
they
bad
probably
idea,
assumed
but,
it,
yeah.
but I'm a white male, and I can tell you right now, I don't feel like this. It doesn't feel like a threat to me. It doesn't feel wrong to me. It doesn't feel anything to me.
No.
That if somebody's woke and like more people and it elevates everybody's voices, I don't think
Exactly.
it has anything to do with me.
It's about fairness.
If you want to listen to us and our podcast, well, first of all, we told you not to because there's a better podcast. Second of all, don't listen to us. You have other choices. Like
Right. If you
choices in life is not a bad thing.
No.
For God's sakes. I don't understand why we have to turn everything into this big, massive story when it's not.
Well,
But
it
where do you guys land on it? I guess?
It creates clicks and it drums up people's a sense of I don't know. It drums up something in somebody and it makes them listen to it, and then they get all fired up and they're like, yeah, I like this. I like what he's saying here, and then he's going to pass it on, or she or whoever it is that subscribes to what they're talking about is going to pass it on, and it just continues to insist upon itself.
Here we go with that again.
But
I don't feel like
but
everything that's going on is an attack on white
it's
people
not.
as a whole.
It's not.
I don't.
It just
I
depends
just
on
don't
how you
see
interpret
that.
it. I think it depends on how you interpret it.
I see this as nothing but a good thing
Oh,
overall.
yeah, definitely. It's like overall consciousness being lifted to the point that we're treating people like humans rather than a race.
Right.
Why don't we?
Which is what
this
should
elevates
be.
everybody. Like, what the fuck are you
Everybody
talking
should have
You
a
about?
are
fair
a human
share.
being. That's what you
Everybody
should
should have a
considered.
fucking fair shake.
Yes.
That's the beauty about podcasts. If you want to do something, you go fucking do it.
But as far
That's
as
what we're doing.
as far as how I feel about Joe Rogan saying it, here's my deal. Let's move on to the next thing, and then we can just basically say it.
And that's how I feel too. This was like a slight. It was kind of glossed over recently. You know, the Mars rover that landed on there not too long ago.
This is really good, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, this is
Plug the
better
name
than
again?
last week's. Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry if I'm crunching right into the mic here.
Oh, I kind of like that.
You sound
Let's
like
get
an-
some sound effects
You
going
sound
on.
like
Sean
Benjamin
Connery.
Button.
Benjamin Button.
You sound like an English Benjamin Button.
I thought we were going Sean Connery, but that's okay.
Ooh.
Tron.
The door opens in Scottish accent.
Sean
Sean
Connery.
Do yourself an honor.
Here's how you
do
get
yourself a
cold.
favor and
Did you know he's dead?
Yeah.
I just found out about that just when I said it.
That's absolutely total bullshit. We talked about this on the podcast like episodes ago. I'm looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right.
A cloud appears over the
yeah.
and seen
Mars.
over the Mars rover. It's currently roving on every episode now. Like that wasn't a challenge when I said that last time. I wasn't issuing
Somebody once told me, "Hey, you tell me, and it's a challenge, and I'll make it happen." So I'd like to, I'd like to reciprocate, if I may.
That was me, and I'm going to make that happen.
Ice crunch, baby.
I watched the video, and you can see the video, and it sure as hell, it looks like a
ghosty ice crunch, baby.
baby.
Oh, we don't want that.
I find that
you died last week, Kenny.
Kenny.
That's why I'm
Kill
ghosty.
Kenny, bastards.
All right.
All right, Mars.
Oh, right, Mars.
And it's lame to talk about, but I actually think it's fascinating that we actually see what we believe to be a cloud over the Mars rover. It looks like a cloud. I don't know how else to explain what it was. And they're
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud as in like
clouds
rain
we have.
cloud?
Yeah, it wasn't like
dust
a rain
cloud?
A cloud.
Oh
period.
no, it was a cloud like in that one commercial for the anti the anti-disestablishmentarianism medication. No, the anti-depression medication. You know, that little cloud that follows the person as it goes around.
So it's following around the rover.
Oh boy,
I'm having a bad day.
I mean, is that the deal? Is it was following the rover?
It wasn't following. It was just that they didn't know that there was clouds on Mars, and what they saw sure looks like a cloud.
Looks like a rain cloud.
Send rain cloud right over.
And I think it's going to roll into the whole, like, can we establish a colony on Mars? And they're like, wow, could we actually have rain from this?
That would be awesome.
I find the whole Mars thing, I think it's freaking awesome.
fascinating.
It's nothing short of...
By
the way, I hate
there's
to-
a part of me that wishes I was younger so that I could actually see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to make it, but...
No, probably not.
Speaking of Mars, there was a funny segment, and you do this all the time, about referring to Saturday Night Live when...
I never talk about Saturday Night Live.
When Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson do the Mars skit, that was freaking fantastic. I would go see it. I'll have to tag it later on.
Okay, do that. I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
early on, I remember how I was so anti-Pete Davidson.
Yes.
That episode was really good.
Oh, yes, I do remember that skit now.
He's like, okay.
Okay.
He kept on asking him, we're like, somebody's
Okay.
going to have to die. Okay.
Okay.
He's just so deadpan.
Anyways, that's one of my favorite characters.
former MLB slugger Alex Rodriguez recently announces that he's launching a men's makeup line.
What?
A men's makeup line.
Is he coming up?
I'm not into sports. Why is he called a slugger?
Because he's a baseball player who hits
He
a
has
lot
a
of
whole lot of
baseballs
home runs.
and home runs. He's
Okay,
did.
so that's
He
just like
plays very well.
a general thing you say about
Sure. Well, it's like
played.
it's like us. We're podcasters, but we suck at podcasting. So we're suckers. We're podcast suckers.
So that would be former podcast
sucker.
sucker Tony launched his own makeup line.
Yes.
Did?
You did.
Wow. I didn't
Well,
never do it. I was
All
gonna,
right, so what's the deal with
I was
the
going to
makeup
put out
line?
a jogging
He
suit
did-
first.
It's like concealant for men, it looks like. Actually,
Oh, it's for men.
yes, it's absolutely for men.
Oh,
And-
you did say that. A men's
by
makeup line.
Alex.
By Alex. Apparently, he needs to.
Nice.
He needs the makeup line because he recently broke up with Jennifer Lopez, and now she's with Ben Affleck. So maybe he needs some makeup to get
He
her
needs
back.
some, yeah. Well, he might need some makeup to hide those tears. First of all, shit, man. If you lose,
Somehow, Benny from Boston pulled it off again.
Benny from Boston, hey.
What?
The I think, did we post that on our Twitter a while ago?
What?
Maybe we commented on that that smirk.
Oh, the smirk?
The smirk.
When he was about to go get himself some Dunkin' Donuts after pulling out of J-Lo's mansion with a smirk on his face.
Is that what
smirk
you
says
call
so
it?
much.
Is that what he calls it? Her mansion?
Uh-huh.
I bet it's pretty decked out in there. Oh, we're actually talking about a home. Okay,
Second
my
deck.
bad.
All right, we're going to shift gears here a little bit. We have a email from a listener.
Oh, all right, cool.
We've only done this twice.
Do we have like an email music bed?
Uh-uh.
Do you want to make one?
We could.
Email.
We just got an email. We just got an email. We just got an email. We just got an email. Now shut the fuck up and read it.
You had no way to react to that at all. You were just like,
me?
Yeah, at first.
And moving on.
I was trying to think, like I somehow went to Blue's Clues with that. I wish I was as happy as this email, though.
Yeah.
I was happy before that, but I feel for this gentleman, which I do believe is using an alias, and it's fine. Hey, guys, I found your show from a friend of mine at work. I listened to the episode from the guy from Arizona, and it made me think you guys are goofy and you give solid advice. But you gave solid advice. Long story short as possible, I work at a Fortune 500 company in Washington. My boss, he says 52 question mark, so I guess he's guessing at her age.
We'll just say early 50s.
Female has been sexually harassing me for a couple of years. I am 26 and I am
grateful to get this amazing
job directly out of college,
Sorry,
but it's been weighing on me this whole time. She has always found a reason.
You should let him stumble his way through it.
You're right. Grammarly, help us out once again.
We've proven this every episode. A reason/way to touch me, and it most of the time way over the top. She has said many times how she wishes she was younger, quote, to take a run at me, end quote. When COVID hit, I thought it was a blessing because with the lockdown, I thought it would cease. But it had only gotten worse. Now it's through text messages. New paragraph.
Thank you.
My friend works in HR at the company and helped me get this job. We went out for drinks recently, and I asked him a hypothetical scenario. About the hypothetical scenario, Grammarly.
Okay, maybe, Tony, you want to go ahead and take over?
Let's go ahead. No. He
said that the guy in
parentheses,
not knowing it was me,
that it was the writer.
Yes,
I'm just.
I should suck it up and enjoy the attention. This crushed me. I really don't know what else to do besides quit my job and try again at another company. With us returning to work soon, it's become a massive source of anxiety now. What do you think I should do? Sean. Who wants first at bats? I have some thoughts.
Well, what I can tell you, definitely, we were just talking about woke culture.
Yep.
And this has always been a thing.
Right.
It's a rare circumstance where you hear a guy speak up about this type of situation. And the reason we don't is because it's always been
the other way around.
Well, like his friend was telling him,
suck
it up, enjoy the attention.
Yeah. You're a guy, it's
but
fine.
Ultimately,
guys don't have to show feelings. Guys don't. Yeah.
Right. Ultimately, it's wrong.
No,
correct.
And
in any form.
And here's the deal: is if he doesn't report it in some way, shape, or form, somebody else is going to get affected by it, not just him. And that is one of the things that I'm thinking about.
Well.
And what I mean by that is it's probably prevalent to other guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's one of those things, kind of like a whistleblower effect,
without actually knowing what situation he's in. There's got to be other guys that are probably dealing with her too.
Right. So there's
a similar situation at a different company, and
right. Yeah. It's not just isolated between the two of them.
Right.
There's probably more about it. There's always that whistleblower effect. Somebody has to say something in order for other people to start speaking up about it.
Right.
And completely understandable that he didn't want to make any waves about it. So he had asked his friend just as a scenario, hey, what do you think about this? You and I have done that in several, conversations. Right. All three of us have, where we're just putting out a scenario. What do you think of A, B, C, D? Just to get a completely unbiased opinion. I applaud him for doing that. Now, because the guy was in human resources, he probably wasn't wearing his human resources hat.
No, if you're out having a drink, that's a whole different story than
Right,
official.
and
if he would've went
Right,
down
and
to HR.
And I think that's why he probably just took that position and said, suck it up, enjoy it while it lasts, because you never know when it's going to end. But
To be clear, that's still kind of a
it is kind
It's
of a
a
dick
douchey
move.
it's a
thing,
douchebag
It's a
comment and a douche.
I agree with
douchebag
that. I agree with
statement.
that. I've had something like that happen to me before. If you don't mind me talking about that for just a brief second, and whenever I say brief second, it's about 5 minutes. That'll take us through the break into the next show and into the next episode. There was a woman who was doing the same to me. Now here's the difference: is so I worked in a very large office, about 80 people, and we had an office manager, and she was responsible for taking care of stuff like this within our domain. So I told her about it, that this other girl was female, was hitting on me profusely, and she even sent me, she wrote something on a card even, and so I kept that, and I brought that to the manager saying, this is what's been going on for a couple weeks now, and then she wrote this to me, and I don't feel very comfortable about it. Well, the very next day, the gal who was doing that came up to me and apologized. And so I appreciate the fact that she did, but I think the difference here, though, is kind of like in relation to HR, the person I brought it to was female. And I think she was more willing to listen to that and take it as something to have action taken on, as opposed to the guy that our writer brings it to and says, suck it up.
Yeah, I would say that,
I think that's
a woman's
the difference.
typically going to be more sympathetic
Right.
with the situation than a guy,
Because she's probably maybe experienced something similar to it.
well,
and-
guy mentality. We're all guys, and yeah, we say some shit sometimes. that
Guys are going to be guys in
Yeah.
private. Let's go ahead and
It's
pull
like,
the.
dude, why
we're
didn't
gonna
you
go ahead and
think
pull
of
the
this
curtain
up, man?
back.
All right.
Exactly.
that's-
Pull the curtain back. Guys are going
I
to be
bet-
guys.
But if it's creating anxiety for him, he needs to do something.
that's what you said. What do you think I should do? I would say I'd immediately go to HR and not his buddy in HR.
Not his buddy.
And
Because
I've got to
it
assume
adds-
there's more
Hopefully
than one
there are
HR
more
people.
It's a
in
Fortune
HR
500
person.
company. There
Right.
has to be.
There has to be at least 500.
But I hope, in all seriousness, that he does go there, goes to somebody else, and his buddy will probably hear about it. But at the same time, he needs to. There can't be one more wrinkle to this. He needs to get it out there. He already has documentation apparently from it said through text.
Through text, yeah. That's your big proof right
I
there.
wouldn't go
Your big
directly to the boss and
evidence.
kind of say something, because
No.
at this point if it's going on for years, something needs to be done right now, and you need to go to HR. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No. It may be really difficult to get the guts to do it. I completely understand if he is
Easily.
very reluctant to do so, but in order to make an omelet, you have to break some eggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you luck, Sean. I hope you actually do it. I hope you follow up. And
Good luck, man. Seriously, we're pulling
Yeah.
for you, and that goes for anybody who falls in that situation. Not just Sean, but anybody who falls in that situation. Honestly,
You gotta tell somebody about it.
Yep.
That can't. That's not no place for that in the workflow. This isn't Mad Men, and this isn't the
Right.
1950s. Come on.
right? I'm glad we don't have an HR. Oh shit, we do.
Yeah, watch that soundboard, my friend. Watch it. Let's lighten this up a little bit. By the way, thank you for your email, Sean. Keep them coming, everybody. If you have issues like that, just things you want to get off your chest, you want some advice. I think Sean nails it. We are goofy, but hopefully at the end
We'll do
we
our
come
best.
up to. I'd like to think that we're pretty decent guys, that we come up with good advice when it comes down to it. Let's go to the what's trending on Twitter.
What's
I think I've done that same.
Do we need to do some music for everyone?
I think we need to do something for everything.
Did that work?
Twitter.
I thought you were meaning like something produced, and I didn't realize it was going to be all ad hoc based.
Well, that's just that's what we do.
I got the word ad hoc in there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was We got flummoxed. We got ad hoc.
Flummoxed.
Oh,
Spell it.
now I feel like I'm under pressure.
FLUMMOXED.
Now I feel like I got to come up with a big word.
Give it. Can I get a
believe.
country of origin?
Although ad hoc is not technically a big word.
Yeah, but
It's
is
a
it one that
hyphenated
you use
word.
on a daily
How
basis?
often? Exactly.
I remember I had.
Don't take this from me, Ghosty. I don't have many things in life.
I remember I had a shirt with the word ad hoc on it, and
I also had
So it was
a
all
radio.
pieced
I
together
never
with
understood
tape
why it
and
was
stuff?
there, and then I had to look it up.
Did you order your Radio Shack hat yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Mine was here the other day. I should tweet out a picture with me in it. I'll just crop out my face.
I'm planning on getting a T-shirt anyway.
I
don't really wear hats.
I kind of think about those.
Although I do dig that trucker hat. That is freaking awesome.
That was like
Trucker
one of
hat
my
is pretty
favorite
cool.
bits. That it wasn't even a bit. We just live and went like, "Hey, let's just go see what happens."
just
we were
happened
like,
naturally.
"Holy crap, this is amazing!" And it was an amazing website. If you like throwback merch,
Everything else, of
go
course,
to
is rehearsed.
RadioShack.com. Hit that apparel
Everything.
section, and it's got some good stuff there.
And everything, of course, as we learned from last week, is scripted.
I'm
right down.
We
to-
are reading the script right now as we read.
It's right in front of
Do
our
you think
face.
they're actually going to get you guys' humor that you guys are totally full of it right now?
Well, I guess he just let the cat out of the bag that we're a bunch of bullshitters. Okay, we'll take a break.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So-
no, that's what it says here. We are we're bullshitters.
We're a
that's,
bullshit
That's what it
podcast.
says.
This is the part where you guys talk about bullshitting.
That's what it said. Yeah, right there. You just
you just highlighted it.
There you go.
I just typed it in there. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
What's trending on Twitter this week? It said "My life in 4 words." So I challenged myself and I came up with this. I'm just getting started.
Ooh.
What's yours?
What?
Wow.
I got to put my life in 4 words.
Yep.
Good fucking luck, Chuck. How about that?
Your name's Chuck?
Well, you know.
You Charles
somehow.
Barkley?
Charles. Well, I am kind of a knucklehead.
Yeah, I love Charles Barkley. Actually.
I'm trying to fit it into 4 words and I can't do it.
How, can you fit into 4 paragraphs?
Whatever you think about it, and I move on to the next segment.
How about a
It'll
nice,
be like the Allen
what about a
Iverson
nice
moment. You can
block
just blurt it
quote
out.
brought to you by Grammarly.
On a new horizon. That's 5. Is that 5?
No, that's right. That works.
Art. That's 4, including the
There
article.
is a better. Oh,
Nope.
There is a God damn.
So Lee Harvey Oswald was trending a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was on Memorial Day. This is great. Why was Lee Harvey Oswald trending? Thanks, guys. If you guys would just read the script. So-
That actually says it's your line.
That's so full of it.
No, that was my line there. That I just read.
You're still full of it? Okay.
No.
Where are we at? Right here?
Me
Okay.
saying that was your line was my line.
Okay, got it.
Whose line is it?
So
anyway?
basically, there was a picture of him because I believe he was a Marine at one point. So somebody tagged a bunch of people in it, well-known people and politicians, and said,
Okay.
"Please retweet this in honor of my great grandpa." And none of these people that retweeted it knew that it was Lee Harvey Oswald. He has a pretty iconic face. I knew the second I saw it. I'm like, why is Lee Harvey Oswald in all these pictures?
Wow.
A massive amount of politicians fell for it.
It wasn't
massive.
It wasn't Patton Oswalt, was it?
No, we like Patton Oswald.
I know we do. Yes, of course we do. But the way that you wrote it here on the show plan, it's Oswalt.
I didn't ask
I
you
thought
for
it was
to say
Oswald. Is it D or T?
T.
Is it? I've always thought it was D. Seriously, I've always thought it was Oswald.
I don't know. Like,
Maybe
I
I've
can't
been
believe I wrote all
mispronouncing
this
it all
in the
this
script
time.
and it's all flowing so nicely. I didn't know I was that damn good.
We're
I
really
was
good. Okay, this is
instructed
the
to
only
laugh
time I'm
there.
gonna. This is the only time I'm actually gonna go off the cuff. We're really good actors. Okay, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Oh, now we're looking it up. Here we go. Oswald or Wald.
You got no suggestions on that, did you?
It is
It's
D!
Waldo!
Yeah. Oswald. Yeah.
Where's Oswaldo?
Yeah, that was me.
So which picture was it? Do you know?
That one.
That it had to be.
No, he had to it looked like he was in the Marines.
Okay, so it wasn't like an.
It was
it wasn't an iconic Lee Harvey Oswald
No.
picture. As in,
I love how
like,
you're going for the Marines
like that one on the
thing,
left
and then
there.
you left
even
it
though
as
nobody
Oswald.
can see this, the one on the left is the one that always comes to mind when you say it.
Yeah, he's in his jumpsuit. It looks
when
like
they're
and he's
walking out
got
of
that
the-
smug look on his face, like he's
That
going
when
to
they're
pick up some
walking him out of the
donuts after
prison,
having fun with.
or not prison, but
oh,
yeah,
wait,
right
that's
there,
not
right there. You know,
It was a journalist
because
that-
everybody can see what I'm pointing at.
Yeah. So this is the picture that they fall for, but
We'll
you can't
post
tell
that
me you look
somewhere.
at that picture and you can't tell me that's not Lee Harvey.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have
thought
recognized it
was
right
Lee
away.
Harvey Oswald.
I wouldn't.
honestly.
I don't know that I would have reposted it because, well, I don't really do social media. So,
I wonder who does that for us.
or is it retweeting? Is that what it was? Tweet.
Yeah, it was retweeting.
Was it a tweet?
Tweeted
It was a tweet.
We just did that.
You and these
We
you
were
guys and
joining
these
you.
ice.
Thank
We
you.
were trying to break out in spontaneous song.
Well,
let's
remember,
go
it's in the
to-
script to say that we can't do that yet. Because
Yeah.
there was another podcast that did it better.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We are not doing it.
In
This is not
script,
us.
crunch ice annoyingly into microphone.
I already did that.
Oh, let me work on that.
No, it was not.
It's part of the show plan.
It was not. Help the Bear was was trending the other day, and I'm gonna play the clip of why the bear needed some help. We ready?
Yeah, let's do
Nope.
this. Can you play it? Can you hit play instead of itch your balls?
You say him itching his balls.
Do we need to go play-by-play now or after?
Well, we'll do it after. Oh my God!
You are not fucking with my dogs.
She comes like a linebacker after a quarterback right
man.
there. That was fantastic.
So if you haven't seen it, there's a bear that's walking on, looks like it's a brick fence.
Yeah, like a brick wall or
brick
something.
wall, yeah. And it's going into some neighborhood, and all of a sudden, these pets come out of nowhere. Go ahead and replay that.
Want me to play it again?
Yeah, let's play it again. We'll do the
Lots and
play-by-play.
lots of- well, they
If you
had
still
like,
have
they had
that
like
up.
3 or 4 dogs there, didn't they?
Yeah,
They look
there are quite a few. So there it is. There's one dog tries to attack it. Boom! The bear swats
Well,
at it.
that's
There's
a
another
German
dog
Shepherd.
that comes
Yeah,
up,
a German
tries
Shepherd.
to, and the bear swats at that too. And all of a sudden, this woman comes up. Bam! Get the hell out of Dodge!
She knocks it right off
She
the ledge.
knocks the bear out cold.
Yeah.
LL Cool J style. Mama said knock you out.
Seriously, if we were playing football,
And then she picks
is
up the
on my team.
dogs. And then she looks back at the bear and says, "Boo hoo."
Boo hoo. The funny thing is, husband's just off camera, just like, honey,
just
you're doing great.
I support you, baby.
Honey, lower your shoulders more.
You're doing awesome. Keep it up.
She leveled it. What they don't see in that, and I don't know if you just touched on it, but there are 2 cubs with the mother.
Oh, yes, that's right.
on
There
the
are 2
ledge.
cubs.
So the mom looks like she's just trying to clear the way for the cubs, but then dog's like, oh hell no, you're not in my territory. German Shepherd tries to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
The other little dogs are sitting there, kind of just sitting there yipping at him, but she lowers the shoulder.
I mean, honestly, the little dogs weren't holding back either. It was
Oh,
like
no.
you could tell they were going to go
It's
after
not
it if
about
they
the
could.
size of the dog in the fight. It's about the fight and the dog. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, she wasn't that big of a person either. She was
No.
pretty small in comparison to the bear. Holy shit! It would take about 4 of her to equal the bear. Would you say?
Oh, I would say so.
I mean, I wonder, like, if she actually had thought about it, like, if she would have stopped, because I probably would have started running at it, the adrenaline, and then went, what the fuck am I doing? I ain't doing this.
You know, I'm so awkward. I can tell you what would have happened for me.
Run away!
Run away! No, I would have ran after it because I'm pretty possessive of my dog. But I would try to lower the shoulders. I would clear the hips out of the way. I would jump, and I would totally miss the fucking bear. I would jump over the ledge, and that bear would come down and have a Michael snack because I'm an idiot, and I would totally whiff on it. The adrenaline would be pumping so much, I would do it. Like, especially if it was my kids, I would lose it in probably
0.5 seconds.
Yeah, probably do very similar S thing, but I'd probably lose
thing?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Esk.
You know, I think it's time. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
Take a quick break.
Hit him with a metro.
That's my line.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hit him with a metro. See, it didn't work if you didn't say it.
I guess you're right. Okay, so can you do that one more time for me,
Hit him
please?
with the
Because it's
metro.
obviously how it's supposed to work. Oh, there it goes.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. This spit's brought to you by
Mr. Spitz.
Pfizer and Moderna vaccines.
Not actually sponsored by.
Nope. We'll be right back.
No, we won't. Yes, we will.
Oh, come on. What kind of amateur stylist are you, Stacy? Once again, you've missed a stray hair in the man stash. What's that? You say this is a podcast, and it's audio only? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Seriously, Stacy, you're just speaking Flappamese to me right now. Blah, 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 blah. You know, Stacy, your broomstick is over in the corner. Why don't you go ahead and grab that and...
5 seconds to air down.
I'll deal with you later, Stacy. Later.
Cue the intro.
Good day, podcast auditory receivers. I'm There Is a Better News anchor, Don Chardonnay. Our top story today is all about my favorite subject, anchors. Doesn't that just roll right off the tongue like a sweet glass of sangria? Anchors. Ah, yes. For an exclusive interview, let's go to our There Is a Better roving reporter, Ryan Fantastic. Ryan?
Thanks, Don. A minor correction here. This story is actually about Anchor, a so-called podcasting platform that claims to make podcasting easier.
Hold the fondue, Ryan. You're telling me this story has absolutely nothing to do with news anchors.
That's right, Don. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I don't believe this. What in the name of Loki staff is this all about?
That's what I'm trying to find out about, Don, and I promise I won't leave here until I get to the bottom of this scandalous story. With me is Anchor representative Ima Not Real. Ima, you claim that this Anchor helps podcasters create, distribute, and monetize their podcasts. Is that correct?
That is correct, Ryan. In fact, Anchor also has built-in uploading, recording, and editing tools so they can easily create and publish episodes.
Sure, that's all fine and well, Mr. Not Real. But the truth of the matter is, after that, these podcasters are screwed, right? I mean, once they've recorded their episodes, they need to go through all sorts of channels just to get their shows distributed to listeners. Isn't that right, Mr. Not Real?
Actually, no. Anchor will also help distribute their podcast to the most popular listening apps, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and more. All with just a single click.
Sure, and then you put it right in their keister by limiting the amount of content they can upload. And go ahead, tell me I'm wrong about that one.
You're wrong.
What?
Anchor hosts unlimited content. Not only that, but Anchor also helps podcasts make money as their audience grows by unlocking sponsorships and listener donations. Plus, it features advanced analytics and insights to help podcasters understand and grow their audience.
Oh, sure. But I'll bet Anchor then charges a fee bigger than an alimony payment to my ex-wife. Isn't that right, Stacy?
Up yours, Ryan.
Nope, it's absolutely free.
So you're telling me that Anchor is a free podcasting platform capable of helping podcasters to distribute their episodes to multiple apps?
Indubitably.
Well, there you have it. Anchor. It's a podcaster's wet dream.
Huh. Not the way I would have said it, but sure, I guess that fits.
This is There Is a Better Rover reporter, Ryan Funtastic. Back to you, Don.
Well, thanks for that insightful story, Ryan. To sum it all up, when you're in the market for a podcasting platform, Anchor will get you where you need to go faster than a moped tweaked with a Mopar motor. This has been a Better News Brief. I'm Don Chardonnay. Stay fancy, Better Podcast listeners.
I felt like I had a meteor forming halfway through that. Mayonnaise. Nightshade.
Night moves.
My
Sunglasses at night.
Ooh, I wear them. Only when I drive, though.
I'm an excellent driver.
Night cruiser.
I only get my underwear from Kmart.
Night Rider.
Kmart sucks.
Night rider. Nice.
When you say Kmart sucks?
Well, there goes one sponsor. Welcome back to the second half of the podcast that we like to call, ever so lovingly, Mike's Movie Reviews.
No, it is not.
No, it is
there
not. It
is
is there.
a better
Yeah,
podcast.
you got it.
Was that what it is?
Congratulations.
How you were like 15 episodes deep at this point. Hey, what episode number is this? This is 13, isn't
This
it?
is number 13, a baker's dozen.
There we go.
Yeah.
To the moon.
Because there's always got to be that one that's got to be thrown out. That's why you make 13.
All right, I'm gonna start making these now.
Make it.
Yeah, we're doing
Make it,
we're
break
doing
it.
Southern Sunrise this time. So
I am not messing with that. I'm sticking with
basic
my
thing,
first
Southern Comfort,
I have so far to go
OJ,
to go home.
and Grenadine.
one.
Now get into your stuff.
Okay.
Do you want me to go right into my movie review as you're doing that?
Well, no, because I wasn't ready. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's hit it. Mike's Movie Reviews. Take 5.
Jesus.
You get all that? There you go.
There we go.
There you go. It's time for Mike's Movie Reviews with Michael and Ghosty on the Monica.
The artist formerly known as Flaccid Mike. Now I'm just.
I didn't say it.
You said formally. That's the part that I'm laughing about.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what's happening under this laptop.
Hello.
Laptop. What did I say?
And I'll be honest with you,
dog,
I'm
I
okay
think
with
is
you
what I
being
heard.
Flaccid right now, just so you know.
I am not, but that's fine. That's why I'm standing.
Well, which one
At
is
attention.
it? Hard or not? I feel like I'm going for a semi-chub, and it might satisfy both worlds.
Semi-chub kind of life.
Baby. All right. So I'm not going to lie to the listeners right now. My reviews, with the exception of one this week, was me cleaning up my Netflix queue, which is not 2 miles long now. It's just a shade under that.
It's just around the
Has to
block
be done.
this time.
But I enjoyed what happened. Like, it was inadvertent, and I did enjoy it. First one up is actually called Founder. It's from
yes.
it's about the Ray Kroc story. and basically McDonald's and how it was founded, right? And it's got Michael Keaton, who
that
I
is
like.
good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It had Nick Offerman in it, which I really
I think
like
you
Nick
actually
Offerman.
hit a movie that all three of us have seen now.
Is this the first time this has happened?
I think
I
so.
think this is the first time.
Yeah.
Well, we all can give a review to it.
Well, it's been ages since I've seen it, so I can't do that.
Oh, you just took me on an emotional roller coaster there.
I mean, I'll tell you what I remember.
All right, maybe some of this will jot your memory. So Ray Kroc is just basically
Ghosties movie review.
he's founding around trying to sell like milkshakes machines and stuff like that, and he finally finds
yeah,
along.
it did bring all the boys to the yard.
Damn right, it's better than yours.
It's better than the other original McDonald brothers, that's for sure.
So he stumbles across the McDonald's franchise at the time.
Well, it wasn't a franchise. It was just a.
It was Couple Brothers, but they had more stores than that.
Yeah,
It wasn't really a
still
franchise,
mom and pop
but
prop.
It's a good thing
mom
you
and-
gave me the table.
Yeah, it was a mom and
Solid
pop
call.
operation, basically.
Basically, it revolves around him trying to franchise McDonald's from the brothers, and then the conflict between the brothers and Ray Kroc. The movie itself
What was that?
I'm trying to think of how to say this. The movie itself was great. I loved it. I enjoy Michael Keaton a lot. I like Nick Offerman a lot. The funny thing is about Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc, he comes off as an asshole. If you remember this, please hold for a commercial break.
Passing drinks.
I'm passing drinks as a commercial break. So he buys out the McDonald
Your
brothers,
booze is
right?
important to us.
For an obscene amount of money at the time.
Well,
What he didn't need to do, and this is why I always think of Ray Kroc as an asshole now, he did not need to put a McDonald's right in front of the other store to drive the McDonald brothers out of business.
He did. You know why he did that? Because he's a shrewd fucking businessman.
He was. I admire Ray
he's
Kroc
an asshole.
as a whole because he has a
You admire him as a whole?
for
like
like
an
what he
asshole?
Like an asshole?
No, with these exceptions of what I said there, he has that spirit. Like he knows he has something, and nothing stops him to drive what he has.
Sure.
And I think that's what the American entrepreneurial
If Ray
spirit
Kroc-
actually is.
If Ray
Definitely
Kroc was
admirable.
if Ray Kroc was still alive today, he would probably be spinning. Well, no, never mind. I was just about to say something that completely conflicted it, but he would be spinning in his grave. He probably is, knowing that all the fucking shake machines are broken. Because that's basically
not
how
powdered
McDonald's.
shakes.
It's not powdered, and
Do you
that's
remember
how.
that was a big part of it? He wanted powdered shakes, which are
That's
terrible.
right. Well, that's how it all started. Was the shake machine?
That's what kicked him up, yeah.
Yeah.
In that he wrote the brothers out of Founders Day, founding of the company. He basically claimed that he created it on his own, which
Because
was
there
total
was
bullshit.
But there was a rift between the brothers and Ray Kroc, and Ray Kroc said, "Well, if you're not coming with me, then sorry, we could have had something beautiful together. I'm going to go ahead and take the show on the road and then spread it across the whole country." And he
gospel according to McDonald's.
did. Right.
But I do respect that he knows he has something, and he's relentless on on trying to promote what he has.
Right.
It's kind of like me in this fucking podcast sometimes. Just kidding.
So wait, you're going to write us out of the podcast? Is that
no,
what you're saying?
hell no. Like
I mean,
won't be an asshole. I don't.
I mean,
I'm not-
your shake does bring all the boys to the yard,
it does.
but when it's broken,
Sometimes too much, but it's on Netflix. It's called Founder, and it was from 2016, but it's still great. It is.
It's good.
Next
really
up, I can't
long.
say the same thing about this next one. It's called Bad Trip, and it's on Netflix, and it's got Eric Andre on it, Tiffany Haddish.
I've heard about that. It's
It was trending for so long,
Yeah.
and it was. I don't know why. It was a half prank comedy, half scripted.
it's kind of like Bad Grandpa almost.
Let me try it again.
I think that's
half
what they were
prank,
trying to.
half scripted.
Not really
all
trying to go with,
bullshit.
but it just
That's what
happened
it was.
to be similar to like Bad Grandpa.
Actually, this part is written fucking terrible. Maybe the worst movie I've ever seen.
Well, now let's not go down. Okay,
I
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
I could not. Could not wait for it to be over. I know that people that are out there that love it, but I can't say that it's me. One of the only redeeming quality I found about this film is at the end when they were showing the outtakes of like when they reveal that it's a prank comedy during the credits.
Yeah,
That was
It
like the only fun
insists upon
part.
itself.
It was the only fun part. Other than that, it was total.
It's good.
No, it was not. How dare you? Edit that right now.
It's shit. Edited.
Edit. That was not an edit. We just let it
Radio
happen.
edit.
Radio edit.
Okay, so the whole thing's done like as I don't even get the concept of what
It's supposed to be like a
what's the
guerrilla
premise?
type of filmmaking or something like that, where like jokes happen. But
Yeah, like some of it's most of the time it's like to prank people out in the real world, but then they have like a loosely based script with it. They have this one part where like a gorilla, which you can clearly see it's a man in a suit, fucking Eric Andre and coming on his face. And it was the biggest.
our humor.
It is not good.
Our humor can be pretty sophomoric. That actually sounds underneath.
I would watch that, and
And
I would
I'm
probably find something to laugh at.
I probably would not.
I would challenge you both to watch it and see if you feel any different. Because
I'm not a huge Eric Andre fan though. So
listeners of the show, save yourself some
I
time.
shouldn't
It's
say that.
terrible.
I just don't find his humor funny. It's just to me, it's not funny.
There's nothing good about it. It was a bad movie.
I like Eric Andre.
I know you like him.
I like Eric Andre's show on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
So and
and
I get
I'm
that.
not a huge fan of it.
I was listening-
I've tried several times to watch it, and I'm just like, I guess.
I was listening to Conan O'Brien Needs
That'd
a
be one
Friend.
you forced me to watch, actually, in New York.
What?
New York, when we were in New York, you forced me to watch that, basically.
What did I force you to watch? Oh, the Eric Andre
Yeah.
show? Oh, okay. Well, then, okay.
You're like,
that-
oh, this is funny. Yeah, watch.
I thought it was hilarious.
I was like, this is not funny.
That's a good thing we're good friends and know exactly what each other likes.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast, and he had Eric Andre, and he was talking about exactly what you were saying, like how, they would reveal it. There was a scene, I think it was the first day of shooting, as the story goes. He and another guy went into this store, and they started doing a bunch of shit, and this guy who like owned the store, was the manager or whatever, was going to pull a gun on him and like completely just fucking shoot him and gun him down. No, it was a knife. I'm sorry, it was a knife. He brandished a knife, and like he started chasing after him, and then they all ran out, and he's like, "Hey, dude, this is part of a bit. This is a comedy thing that we're doing." And he's like, "Oh my God, that's hilarious!" And then he was like totally on their side after he revealed, like, "Nope, this is just for fun," and he like immediately got the joke. And the reason I said gun is after that he said, "Well, it's a good thing that you caught me on my off day because normally I do carry a gun." And the guy that was with Eric Andre in that scene, it was his first day of shooting, not just first day of shooting for the movie, but his first day of shooting in any movie in general whatsoever. And he's like, if it's going to be like this, I'm fucking out of here. And I think Tiffany Haddish got word of that and called him and said, "Hey, I'm good friends with Eric. Just let him do his thing. This is his shtick, and you'll be fine." So he came back eventually after being, prodded. And I believe it was Tiffany Haddish who called him to tell him that.
And I think that's my thing. Is
Good friends.
I
Good
am
friends.
not a big fan of prank humor, I think, is what it is. It's just never been like I hate April Fool's Day is the most annoying day of the year for me. I think it is so annoying, and it's basically licensed for people to be
Target
assholes.
acquired.
Fair enough. Oh.
I'm kidding. Boy, that look he shot me. Holy shit.
You could try
Wow.
No, I
it. You
wouldn't.
won't like my reaction. I can tell you that.
Are we scheduled to record on April?
And you guys
Thank
know me.
God, no.
I'm pretty easygoing about most things.
Most
Yeah.
things.
But I really just can't stand people doing shit like that. It's just like, it's like, why are you being, that's just dick. You're being a dick.
You're being a dick. Anywho,
Stop being a dick.
the last one is actually one I enjoyed. It was called The Take. And had Idris
Taint?
Elba, who plays a CIA officer, and Richard Madden plays a pickpocket / thief, also known as the King of the North, Rob Stark. This one was like really under the radar for me. It's been on my Netflix queue for years, and I felt terrible about that.
Why? A movie is an inanimate object. It has no feelings. Who
Well,
cares?
then it took me that long to find it and actually play it, and
Whatever.
then once I enjoyed, once it was playing,
What's the name of it again?
The Take.
Okay.
I enjoyed the
Lake?
fight scenes immensely.
The Make.
They had a connection between
Steak.
Adiris and
The
Richard's character,
Lake?
but it was lacking because it didn't have like a. They towards the end of the film they had kind of like a smart ass banter early on. They didn't have that, and if they would have done that throughout the whole movie, it would have been great. And it felt like a lot of times they relied way too heavily on Adiris and Richard acting their ass off to basically make a film that was good but not great. But I would say I don't want to hit it with the mediocre because it's better than that. I thought it was entertaining as hell, so I'm going to say it's good.
It's good.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
Not quite good.
But good, but not great. But mediocre. But it wasn't
But
mediocre.
better,
We'll give you both.
But better than mediocre.
Yes.
So it's mediocre good.
It's goodioker.
Oh, that's well.
Heading into our next segment.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we done with that?
There's a better podcast.
Let's close it up. Here we go.
Oh yeah, close up shop.
Close up the
Hold on, I was
movie
like
reviews.
lounging here.
We're done.
Michael's movie review. So we're going to finish up. Well, not really finish up, but with the segments, it's There's a Better Podcast
I'm
recommendation.
finishing up right
This
now.
week it is Drunk Theory.
Dun, 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 dun.
Matthew, Kelly, Ryan, and Kara.
We're drinking right now, but there's no theory to
I
this
almost
show.
wish I could play their intro music on our show, but we shouldn't do that. Especially since they don't know they were getting recommended from our podcast. It would all be
Right.
back-ended. Right off the bat, they start off each show by mixing drinks. Hey!
Huh.
Wow.
Who does that?
Who does that?
That's just crazy.
I loved it. I listened to a couple of their episodes. The one that they talked about flat earthers, they had a flat earther, I guess the vice president of the Flat Earth Convention. I have to tell you, I could not get through the episode because nothing gets them. Their show was fine. He talked so much and he was so pious and pretentious.
Oh, it sounds like me.
They were great, but he was so terrible and I despised him. Like through it, I couldn't get all the way through the episode because the guy just wouldn't shut up. The most recent one I listened to was the presidential conspiracy. They were talking about different conspiracies, and I don't want to spoil that. Go listen to it.
Okay.
I like how they remind me of ourselves because they are so all over the fucking map. There's a couple of times they even said it. They're like, "Wow, we're not even gonna get to these segments, are they?"
It sounds
and they
exactly
weren't even
like us.
close. They're like they were getting so trashed during the episode. I'm like, oh my god, it's us. It's our pot shape goals. It was fun to listen to. The whole time they were doing movie quotes in the middle of it, like Super Troopers and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, I love these
that's
guys.
totally you.
And we've been talking about trying to collaborate on something here, and hopefully we can reach out and make that happen here pretty quick. You can find them on Twitter, anywhere you can find their podcast. We'll tag them in our episode too, so you can go right to their products. They're pretty good. They're not pretty good. They're great. I love them. Keep up the good work, guys. This made me think over the last week or so.
You think?
This happened a while ago, but you hear about Mr. Potato Head?
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
He's no
Potato
longer.
Head.
He's no longer.
We haven't talked
Mr.
about it on the podcast yet.
Well, I think we
brought it up.
talked about it
It's just
several podcasts
Potato
ago.
Head,
I think
right?
we were just talking about that.
It's just now just Potato Head. But the more I thought about it, I couldn't let it go. In what world do we ever sexualize a fucking potato in the first place? Where have you ever found a phallus or a vagina and put it on a potato?
Why not?
I just like that you said sexualized a potato.
That's what they're doing.
Well, they have bedroom eyes.
Or
Lots of them.
And people are like, you got to stop this attack on Mr. Potato Head. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. The story is that that there isn't one. Like, people just feel attacked by something that they made up in their own minds. It's not even real.
Oh, wait a minute. There was a Mrs. Potato Head too, right?
Yes, there's a Mr. and Mrs.
So did we drop Mrs. Potato Head?
It's just a potato head now.
It's just
a
straight
so
up
either
potato
one,
head.
both are
So
just
both are
potato
gone.
heads.
I don't know about,
I mean, I remember hearing about Mr. Potato Head, but I don't remember hearing what happened to the Mrs.
I play with
they
Potato
get a
Head
divorce?
with Mike.
I never had a potato
They split
head.
up the French fry kids. I feel like this is like a whipped up story to distract from other bullcrap that's going on.
Oh,
but I got to thinking about me,
Probably.
like when I played with Potato Head, I would make some like Picasso-esque shit. Like I just
Yes.
put stuff where it's not supposed to be. Who
Yeah.
the hell cares? It's a toy. Do
a
whatever you
toy.
want with it. It's so damn stupid.
And half the time you use like G.I. Joe guns or whatever and stick those in.
In crevices and orifices.
right.
Well, look at the
Places-
language
Wow,
on this
we're
episode.
really bringing it up here.
Mr. Potato Head did not care to have that done.
Or did he?
He might have.
Here
might have
comes
been in this
Mr.
episode.
Angry
Although,
Eyes.
We can't call him a he anymore. We got to call him
It.
Potato
Just
Head.
Potato.
Potato Head.
Stop
Inanimate object
sexualizing
potato.
vegetables. This has to stop now.
Yeah.
But you can stick a cucumber.
At farmersonly.com. Hey, we talked about last week. We talked about women in the window, and we talked. She was agoraphobic.
Yes.
It made me think. Do you guys have any things that you actually say that you have a phobia of?
a tick in my belly button. I seriously do now.
Do you check it every day now?
I do, yeah. Yeah, ever since having that happen.
I can tell you, I never thought about it once in my life, but I'm going to do it now.
It is freaky ass shit, man.
We're going to do it live.
Especially when you think it's a piece of lint and the little bugger won't come out of there. And you're like, wait a minute. That's not a piece of lint. That's a freaking tick.
This lint's got some stay power to it.
It's disgusting.
Lint is moving.
It's part of me now.
Now, beyond that,
It's a sentient being.
I don't know. Do I have any phobias?
So I should say, like, I'm not a fan of lightning. I had a close call once.
Phobophobia.
And I hate being the
Phobophobia.
tallest guy, and like it always never fails. There's this like a random store, and I'm the tallest guy, or storm, excuse me, and I'm the tallest guy in like an empty field. I'm like, oh God, why does this happen to me?
So you feel like because you're the tallest guy, you're going to be the one that's going to
I didn't say it was
You're the lightning
rational
rod.
phobia.
You're the lightning
Oh, no,
rod.
phobias usually are not.
It's not like I'm afraid of it. Like I just get uneasy, I guess is the best way. I'm like, this is weird. Like I'm not a fan of snakes or spiders, but I don't think they're anything of phobia. I do have this weird thing about crowds. I recently went to a minor league baseball game, and every time I get around a lot of people, I get super anxious. It's not
I
like
can actually understand that.
I don't like it at all, and I could tell you where it came from. Well, when I was in the Marines, especially when we were overseas doing whatever we needed to there, they said, "Don't make yourself a big target. Like a big target's it's a target for others to come after you, and like one easily placed mortar shot, and then all of you are gone." From that point on, that kind of sticks with me.
Small parts.
Like when they do flyovers at like big time stadiums, like we
Right.
go to college football and they fly like a plane really close overhead. I'm like, well, if somebody hijacks that right into a stadium, well, there goes 30,000 people because there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't think I think that stuff's going to happen or even likely to happen. I just get anxious about it. I don't like waiting in line for rides. I just don't like being around big crowds of people. It just makes me weird. It has nothing to do with COVID or any of that stuff. I just get anxious and like people just piss me off.
I don't know that I actually have any phobias. I mean, legitimately. Other than I have times where I get anxious. So it's like when I have to like socially. So I guess I got a bit of a social anxiety.
Sure.
When I'm in certain crowds.
When you have to talk to people.
And
you have
usually
to
it's
talk
because
on
I'm afraid I'm
podcasts.
going to say something stupid.
I do it every single time. I'm just socially awkward though. I don't like being like around people I don't know. I don't know what to say, and I always say something like you.
And
something so
that's
stupid.
That's what I mean. I don't know that I can call it a phobia because I think that's a pretty much a shared anxiety by a lot of people.
Yeah,
Tony, any phobias?
Oh, yes. And that's our show. Thanks for tuning in.
it is not. Please continue.
He has a phobia of saying no.
Yes, you do. I wore him down after 2 years to make this podcast happen.
It's not that I was saying no to the podcast. I was just saying nothing about the podcast.
We need to issue a correction. I didn't really wear you down. I brought it up one time, and I wanted it to be a joint effort between the two of us to actually create something. And I mentioned it a couple of times, and I left it at that. I'm like, when you're ready, I'm ready. Then you're like, hey, I'm ready. I'm like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah, because I was inspired. I was inspired to do the podcast by somebody else.
But then they turned him down, so he got stuck with me.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is he referring to you?
There is a better co-host.
You son of a bitch. I'm going to get fired from a free podcast again.
Not.
Well, we're going to have to talk to HR.
I don't
about
have a
that.
problem with saying no. So
No,
no,
Are you sure?
no,
Practice more.
no.
I don't know if I have a phobia. What other phobias, Tone?
The big one, no pun intended, is called Megalophobia, and it is a fear of large objects, rather very large objects. And we're talking about things like it could be ships to airplanes to tall buildings.
Wait, this is a year phobia?
Yes, this is a
I
true
didn't know you
phobia.
had this phobia.
Yes,
no, you have this phobia?
Yes, I do. Which is quite funny because we've been to New York. I've been to New York quite a few times, and I actually feel very comfortable there. But I think it's the reason that I feel comfortable there is because everything is huge, so it just normalizes it.
That makes sense.
But if you have this like gigantic structure in the middle of nowhere, like a windmill or a wind turbine, turpentine,
That freaks you out?
It does,
Really?
and I don't know why. It's probably just because it's something so magnificently gigantic that I feel like dwarfed by it. Shut the fuck up. I feel dwarfed.
There's a joke in there somewhere. But I'm not going to make fun of somebody else's phobias.
No, neither am
Like,
I.
Go ahead.
as you're
Go
talking
ahead.
about-
But it's me. Go ahead.
I am laughing at
You can put that on me. Go ahead.
I am laughing about him saying he's scared of gigantic things, and it's
It's a joke.
And I'm not. No, it's.
You're trying
drink
not
to
to.
that.
I'm trying not to
I'll
make a
drink to
dick
that.
joke. Here's the thing.
You're not trying very hard.
I'm trying not
You
to make
want
a
it to
dick
come out?
joke. I wanted to say it, and I left it alone.
I admire you for it. You know what's funny?
No,
you're talking about New
I
York
didn't.
City.
There's a better dick joke.
As you were talking about New York City, I started getting anxious thinking about the crowd in New York City. Like I started literally getting anxious. Like
Yeah,
I
I
really want to
actually
go.
would agree. There was times where when we were in New York, there was times where I got kind of freaked out because there was just so many people.
I would love to go, but like that thought right there, and I'm gonna do it because
Yeah.
if it's a
'Cause
phobia,
why not?
I generally try to like face things head on. I'm like, okay, this scares me. Let's go fucking do it. And it's not. I don't want to say scared. It's not scared. It's
No, it's just
anxious.
It's overwhelming.
It
Yeah,
makes,
anxious.
It makes me feel funny. I don't get it. But it's funny. At times at work when it's been super crowded and there's people everywhere, I don't have that feeling because it's my job and I can silo that fear. And I almost like I do better in those environments.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what the difference between or how my brain works to process that. But that's a thing. That's how I operate.
It's funny because when we were in New York, I had no problem with the crowds at all. In fact, I felt energized by just the hustle and bustle of everything going on. It was energizing. It was like I felt alive.
I think it's usually when people are like touching me or getting near me or whatever, and it's just like, just stop it. You're touching me. Stop touching me.
You didn't tell me that last night.
Hello.
Yikes.
But that makes sense why we didn't share a room up at the golf weekend. So, no, actually, there was probably a better reason why we didn't share a room at the golf weekend, which maybe we'll come back to that in another episode.
Now that it's really getting into summer, I saw this video on Twitter, and people need to be careful. This guy, he posts this video saying, hey, I'm going on vacation, everybody stay safe, and he posts this video, and I don't know where it's from or when it's dated from, but it looks fairly recent. The guys, people are partying at some type of outdoor concert, and they're doing a selfie, like basically a selfie video with people on stage in the background. You can see them far away. This guy's walking around. He's getting in other people's selfies, but when they're doing that, they're getting the camera up, and he immediately is slipping something into each one of their drinks.
What?
Stay safe.
I saw it at least twice that I saw it, and I saw it on the first go-round. I'm like, wow, he just dropped something in their drinks, and her drink, and her drink.
Good at all.
That is wrong.
And the funny thing is, like, this was like
shit.
a popular video on this guy's page, which he since deleted, because I don't think it took the course. Because there was many comments about being have a good vacation, have a good vacation, have a good vacation. I'm like, wow, are we all just going to skip over that? This person is clearly spiking other people's drinks, and we're going to pretend like this is okay.
Roofing their drinks, potentially.
So I was that guy that like brought order to that, and he since deleted it. So I feel bad that I guess I ruined his vacation.
Why do you
post.
feel bad about calling somebody out though?
It wasn't.
That they-
It wasn't him.
Probably.
It was just like he was saying, "Hey, people, stay safe out of it." But
Or okay, so
it was-
maybe it was more of a public service message to be like, stay safe because there are assholes out there roofing.
yes,
people's
and that's what I
drinks.
think he was going for. But nobody was even referring to. Before I commented on it, there were 17 other comments saying, "Enjoy your thing." Like they didn't even enjoy the vacation. They didn't even
Yeah.
say like, "Wow, that's terrible," or any of that stuff. That's like I can't believe that kind of crap goes on. And if you do this stuff, and you listen to this, you're a douche. Do yourself a favor and uninstall.
yourself from life. Just
Yep.
kidding. Nope, don't go that far. But
You're
definitely
disgusting.
just stop
Get
doing
some
that
help.
shit. Yeah, get some help. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for being the voice of reason.
You can't create a relationship by yourself. Someone says more about you than it does anybody else.
Hey, I create a relationship with myself all the time.
Or with
Me and
anybody
Rosie
else, sorry.
Palmer are 5 sisters.
Oh, Jesus.
No, Jesus has never been involved.
Hey,
I don't think.
I've been wanting to ask this one for weeks.
No, I kept screaming out, oh,
and I'm
come
going
on.
to get crucified for it.
Please do.
Has there been an extremely popular movie that everybody Take Two?
Two.
Has there been a popular movie that everybody else likes, but you're just kind of meh about it? And I'll give an example. For me, it was The Joker. Everybody
I still have yet to see that.
rants and raves
I
about
love that
it,
movie.
and I just couldn't. It wasn't a bad movie. No, was it this outstanding
It
top
wasn't
10
the
movie? Hell no.
No, it wasn't the
Hell no.
cinematic. Like, it wasn't Rosebud or anything like that.
Like everybody was out there putting it out there like it was like this big deal and it was this big fantastic thing, and I just can't get around it.
So you probably heard a lot of hype before you actually watched it, though, right?
I probably.
I mean, there is always
There's
that
always
factor.
that fucking hype. That turns me off on a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
Is when
I
there's
tried
so
not
much
to
hype.
listen to
Yeah,
that,
I'm not gonna
and I
do
tried to I take trailers with a grain of salt.
I know there's movies that fit the description of what you're talking about, but I do not have them available at my.
I'm trying to think if there's another one that really, really hits me that I'm like, well, you know what, that was meh.
I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
I keep on thinking about the
Waterboy. Kidding, I love that movie.
2012, did that get a lot of hype?
It did.
Because I remember watching that going.
I saw it at the movie theater and I'm like, yeah, okay. 10,000 BC was kind of the same way for me.
I think
Year
that was
one.
definitely a movie theater production. That was worth watching.
I just saw that the other day. It's funny you mentioned that. Year
Which one?
one, I fell asleep during it.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets.
What is it?
I
Year
don't,
one?
I don't like Michael Cera, first of all.
Oh,
Is that Jack Black
I
in
watched
it?
that.
Yeah, Jack Black,
Yeah.
Michael Cera. Jack
Yeah,
Black
you
is
really
fine.
don't like Michael Cera.
I do not like Michael
As
Cera.
much as I don't like. Wait, I have a whole list of them, but
Should we go? Should we? That just be another episode of just list us people. Like, that.
it was
Take
Chris
two.
Elliott and David Spade and Rob Schneider. They're all in the same bucket to me. It's
Did
not
we
like
talk about David Spade briefly? I don't know if we did or not.
Well, David Spade is going to be the host of The Bachelor in
and
Paradise.
he sucks ass. And there you go. All right.
You just don't like his humor.
I just don't think he's funny. Like I think Adam Sandler
I
carries.
mean, I thought
for
Just Shoot Me was pretty good.
But that I think the whole cast of characters helped with his quippy, runty little
Do I like
self that he
David
is every
Spade?
single fucking movie.
yeah, it's the same role.
He's snarky, is what he is.
He's a snarky puppy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like David Spade more than I do Chris Elliott, and
Fuck
I like him.
you.
And I like him more than I do Rob Schneider.
I'm gonna agree. I don't mind Chris Elliott though.
Rob Schneider
he's
is
okay.
a carrot.
Chris Elliott.
Rob Schneider, I don't have an opinion of.
He plays the same role every time. Remember he was in Home Alone 2? He played the
heard-
butler.
Are you ice crunching now?
I heard Rob Schneider's going to be making a stop in our state, actually, in Michigan. He's going to be playing in Lansing at, I believe it's the, whatever that Lugnuts Stadium is. I can't think of it right offhand, but he's going to be doing a
Cooley?
live performance. It's
No,
Cooley?
it's Cooley.
I don't know.
Does he have enough material for a live performance?
I don't know. I think there's probably going to be less. There are probably going to be fewer people there to watch him do his stand-up at a baseball stadium than there would be people at the baseball stadium. Of course, because of COVID.
Is he like just doing
But
the in between innings act?
Maybe that's
He's
probably
gonna stand
it.
on the dugout and like hype up the crowd.
I mean, it is minor league baseball. They're starving for entertainment. But then they go to fucking Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
What is he most well known for?
Bye-bye. Thanks for playing with us. Bye-bye. What part didn't you understand?
that was
Bye.
SNL,
Bye-bye.
right?
That was SNL.
Because I was trying to remember.
Oh, the copy machine guy. Hey, look at Rico.
Yeah,
making
okay,
copies.
yeah. That's
That
definitely probably the
dipshit.
most SNL character like known one.
He just has that punchable face. Like he's in every fucking film of Adam Sandler playing the same stupid
Don't
ass.
say that. Somebody's gonna punch him, and then you're gonna get blamed for it.
Jesus, right here. Look at this
His
freaking mug.
Wikipedia entry. It's you look at his Wikipedia fucking page, and sure, it's like, hey, hit me in the face. Hey, I'm that copy machine guy.
Mr. Deeds, the hot chick, 50 first dates around the world in 80 days. Wow, I didn't know.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Anything that Adam Sandler in. Oh,
Oh,
Deuce
okay,
Bigelow.
Deuce Bigelow,
male
I'll
jiggle.
give him
Deuce
that one.
Bigelow
I'll give
automatically
him
was
that
what I
one.
thought of. But
Yeah, he could
I was trying to remember because usually you mentioned a comedian in from SNL, and you can automatically think of their character.
The bench warmers. Grandma's boy.
No, David Spade wasn't
I like
SNL,
Grandma's
was he?
Boy, but that wasn't. What's that?
David Spade wasn't SNL, was he?
Yeah. Yep, he
What
was.
the hell did he do in that?
He was doing stuff with Chris Farley, but
Oh, right. He was more of a straight man sometimes, I guess.
Jeez, that stupid face.
no,
Look,
I'm
look
sorry. Rob Schneider didn't do the bye-bye thing. No, that was David Spade.
Yeah,
That was David Spade.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was wrong on that. That was David Spade. Rob Schneider was the copy machine guy.
Here we go with punchable faces. Let me pull up David Spade,
I wouldn't.
too.
I
Why
wouldn't
don't
punch
you-
David
why don't you
Spade in
just,
the
like-
face. I'd kick him in the butt, maybe.
Did you actually do a Google search for punchable faces?
No, that's just these were the
David
two
Spade
ones
was
that
the
just
first
popped
one that
up.
came up.
I kind of like to see that.
Wait. He was born in Birmingham, Michigan. He was
that what it
born
said?
in our state.
Oh God,
Said I'm defecting to Ohio.
that's it, Stacy. I'm done.
I'm going to Ohio where that jackass is burning masks.
He was in the
I'm joking.
Police Academy movies. Coneheads, Loser, Joe Dirt.
Well, Joe Dirt was okay.
The bench war. Then insert all random Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, basically anything with
Grown
Adam,
Ups.
with
Grown
Adam
Ups
Sandler
2.
and Chris Farley. Those are the good movies.
There was a Joe Dirt twice or two.
There was.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't watch it.
God,
It's shit.
It's shit. All right. Well, now that we've made you throw up in your car or wherever else you're at with Rob Schneider and David Spade.
Rob
And my best friend, Chris Elliott.
Oh, you guys are too harsh.
Hey, thanks for listening.
I'll take Chris Elliott.
This is the same guy that was like getting mad at me for saying I didn't care for Keanu Reeves acting.
I didn't get mad about that.
Yeah, you did.
I did not.
See, you're doing it right now.
I'm getting mad.
Why are you getting mad about it? Just calm down, Mike.
Because
It's okay.
you want flaccid, he wants hard, and I'm in the middle. Whoa.
Show him our get out of jail free card.
Thanks for listening to the next episode. Oh.
Really?
I had to try it once.
And once is all you're getting. Thanks for sticking around for the bullshit that is There Is a Better Podcast. We'll be back next week.
We hope you have a better podcast day.
What?
Does that work?
We hope your
I was
podcast is
gonna-
better from
We
this
hope
point.
you have a better podcast.
We
hope you have a better podcast.
We hope your next podcast is better than this one. And it's not saying too much.
We could have a contest to come up with a good show close.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Email us at there'sabetterpodcast@gmail.com. What do you think our show closer should be? Give us a quote. Give us a liner. God damn it. I'm clamped. Finish it up.
Wow, goddamn it. Verklempt.
See ya.